Hi, Mr. Paris here, and as promised, this is my version of a beach boho journal I'm doing for my sister. I put it in this bag. It's supposed to look like the tide pools with a little grass. I don't know if you can see, that's actually shimmery. This is a drawstring bag. I've added a little bit of a dangle, a chain, and safety pins, beads, and other various things, and a key. And then there's the fringe at the bottom. So let's go inside. I have wrapped this in a scarf that was given to me. I thought looked like the water. And this is the journal. It's made out of a food box. I put on this fabric. My sister purchased this as well. Oh. Coral. It has 3 signatures which are held in by elastic, and I just put buttons and shells and things on these 3 elastics for interest. If she doesn't like them, she can remove them. This doesn't commit you to anything permanent. There's a little piece of gauze here, and it says beach, a little piece of ribbon, and it has a burlap pocket. This is a real shell. There's real sand, and then paper shells, paper anchor, and a real shell again. And ribbon, a little piece of music paper because she likes to sing. And this has her name, and with a little starfish on there. This picture of my sister at the beach, and she found this starfish. And so I found one online, and cut it out of paper so it can go in the pocket too, as if it were the one she found. So let's go inside. I have a little key here hanging from the hitch post. You see, we're going to have a logistics problem here. I used a paper that had what is it called? Lighthouse, and I split the paper in such a way to use the lighthouse as the pocket. And I backed it with indestructible envelope so it shouldn't rip. And I put these little pictures of children playing in the sea, and it says "Seize the Day." I was thinking she could put that on her journal if she wanted to. I sewed around it, keep the fabric on, and the back has a pocket as well with the seal on the pocket. This is a pet portrait, Hawaiian, an artist, I guess a postcard actually. Her journal has 3 sections. The first is a calendar. Can you show that it's a calendar? No, I cannot show it's a calendar. Yeah, it is a calendar. I'll go into that. The second section is the actual journal, where she can write. And the third section is a recipe book, where she can keep recipes for the year. And these are all removable. They've all been stitched together, so they are actually separate books. So this is the first one, the planner. Just wanted to give her some pockets to put things in. I found this card, thought it was kind of nice, and I decided to use it as a little bit of an organizer. And so I put 2 small envelopes on here so that she can put business cards and appointment cards in here. I just printed something off on the appointment card or business card shape, and I should get one of these out so you can see there's also a tuck spot behind. So I'll let her decorate these, but that'll enable her to keep a little bit more organized. I put the washi tape there to keep the stickum of the envelope from sticking to. I didn't want that to happen. And this was somebody's eco print. I just printed one sheet for this journal. And there's just a clip. She was saying that she needed a clip, a way to track things, keep control of things, organize things. So there's a calendar page and the page to write on, and I did a little stencil here of a picket fence, and I can't remember why this was in here. Nope, maybe a mistake. Never mind. Stuff happens. Yeah, just paper that I had printed off. I think it was a download I got from Etsy. So it's kind of an every other page thing. Now, let's see if we can see what the paper looks like. There we go. So I put in a little picture there for her, give an idea, give some flavor. But I really want her to decorate it. I mean, she's an artist in her own right. She doesn't really need me doing all of the artwork in her journal. I just glued a little bit of muslin here to kind of remind her she can glue things to the edge of her paper, give it some interest. There's a little map there for fun. And that's the center. It was a painting, but I did it in a black and white. I like the way that it looked. And I left the strings so she can do what she wants. And this is elastic, so the whole book removes. And more of the same here. So we'll just flip to the back. And these are calendar pages that I was using on the front and back. Excuse me, the imagery. You can't see. Here we go. That was actually the same picture, cut in half. Calendars are a great source of pictures for journals. I'm using them quite a bit. Now here's this is the actual journal part of the journal. And I did a little pocket inside. There's a picture of her here, but I didn't want to show all her photos. This was a download from Etsy, a digital download. This was from a paper pack. I don't even think they make this paper pack anymore. And this was something I printed off the internet and put that over the pocket front and back. So it just has some interesting pages in here. I started to decorate a little bit, but I thought I'm going to leave it kind of not done, so she'll finish putting her own stuff there, because I figure she needs to put a little something back here. Everything comes to you in the right moment. Be patient, be grateful. There's a little envelope with a paper inside. There's our story. This picture of her and her husband. And a little flip up there. I decided to leave the fact that it was that I used a indestructible envelope to prevent this from tearing through. And I decided that was actually interesting in and of itself. So I left it there. There is a tuck spot. Let me see behind here. A little bit of stenciling. I did glue a little picture of a starfish here with some muslin. Not muslin. Gauze. That's what it was. A little advertisement. This says in Florida, and the other half of that shows someone in the water. I think is skiing. Picture of coral. Made a little pocket here. Some little envelope. More coral. I think it's actually the same picture. And I did a little feather attached to some chain. Thought that was apropos. Come on, baby, do like I like. I may have to do you later. This is a wrapper from a chocolate bar I had, but it talked about the sea. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. So I just put it in there as something random. She can glue something to it if she doesn't like it and just add more pages into her journal, or pictures, whatever. I did put some pictures of her there. She was out. She's a nanny. She was taking care of a little girl. And there's a little belly band. And I put just a little paper with some wave stencil on there. Kind of as an example of what can be done. And these, of course, flip, so she can write here. And this is another in the sea. Looks like they're being towed by a boat. It's an old advertisement. And this is I think this is Fisherman's Wharf. I'm not sure. Old postcard. And I didn't put anything in this one. This is the back of a calendar page. I thought that was nice. So I enjoy it. So I started to add some things in, but like I said, she's an artist in her own right. I don't want to do it all for her. The other envelope. The rest of the advertisement. These are all anchors and shells, in case it doesn't come out well. Another picture of a starfish, a picture of her behind. She was out with her family that day, having fun. Here she's petting a manatee, I believe, from a boat. That's on the back there. Of this chocolate paper. It's just taped in. She can remove that. It's not damaging her photo. There's the rest of that advertisement. Another picture of her. And I put it on an envelope this time. Put a little tuck behind. This talks about an island. It's a, what is it called? A dictionary page. And these are fake fabric roses. And I put it on a little card here. Some muslin. So she can write something in there just for fun. A piece of paper, envelope, a file folder pocket, some stars, and that's pretty much the back. This is just paper, I believe. Yeah, it's just an offcut. Okay, that's that book, and this is the cookbook. So it says Choice Recipes. This was a book cover I got off of the internet, just printed it onto the, and glued it onto this file folder cover of this section. And I put a little pocket here. Looks like a little drawer. There's one front and back. Open up, sesame. So she's got a little place to put some things. This is a recipe card, and that's the last part of it. I found this on the internet and I liked it, so I printed it off. It's another cover of a book, New England Cooking. And these were some pages from a magazine. This talked about black bean and some sort of cornbread, I think it is. Anyway, it looked really tasty, and I thought it would be something that would go with being out at the beach and the chill in the air, and you need some warm food. And there's a little napkin, starfish, This is a recipe off the internet. Don't know if it's a good one. It says Queen Elizabeth cake, but I thought it looked fun, so I put it in there. Another chocolate wrapper. This one talks about the sea otter. And a little doily. So I went with a kind of vintage kitchen theme. Is there another page? Yeah, there it is. Found a little ad on the internet, printed it off as a page. I printed off the lined background also as somebody's download. And this was a bag that I put a little recipe. This is a do-nothing cake. No idea if it's a good recipe, but it looked fun just because it was on torn paper. she'll have to figure out if it's a good recipe. This is the label off a can of peaches. Of course, this was on the internet. I printed it off. It was a nice. It wasn't vintage looking. It was all nice and new. It's another pumpkin label printed off the internet. And this is scones, which he very much enjoys. This is lemon glazed banana scones with crystallized ginger. And this talks a lot about banana recipes. And this is continuing with the banana recipes. I thought it would be fun to put a page of brick paper. Got like a little kitchen, maybe put some pictures there or some more recipe cards. And a coffee filter. And I was doing a tag with a recipe card on it. I thought, well, you could put the photo back here, or a little artwork. And there's an old picture of a gal probably from the 50s stirring something. This is all digital download. Sorry, don't know who it is. You know who you are. Started to work a little bit on a page just for fun. Thought she could finish. This was actually a misprint here. And I thought, you know, using it anyway. Gonna use it anyway. And this, I wouldn't know how to say that. But my sister enjoys new recipes, so I hope she enjoys playing with these. This is the center of this book. And this is Nick the Booksmith's homemade baking mix. And I thought, well, that was nice of Nick to supply that and for all of us. So I printed it off. And I'm putting it in my book so my sister will get to enjoy it. Just more imagery. Another card she can write on. Another recipe card. A little chocolate label. That was for cocoa label, sorry. And this is the other end of that paper bag, which I opened up at the top and put a. This is a postcard, a rare recipes rare from everywhere. Just like a book cover, but it's a recipe or a postcard. Excuse me. And this is actually a label from a can of pears that I made into a pocket, and I started to decorate one of the recipe cards, kind of give her an idea what you can do. So I just gluing things on. I thought, well, it'll be finished off when she puts a photo of her dish, whatever she's making. If she doesn't like it, she knows where the trash can is. So this is chocolate pie, my favorite. And you can actually make it, you can actually read this, so she can actually make the chocolate pie from that if she cared. There was this little envelope, so I thought I will make it into something, a pocket here on the page. It's also a tuck spot. And I had a fortune cookies bag, so I cut the label off. It was a very stiff paper bag, so I just needed the label. Thought it was fun. It's the other end of my chocolate bar wrapper. Other imagery. The other end of the napkin. More about the black beans and griddle cakes, corn griddle cakes. And another cookbook front recipes. And the back is another one of those postcard recipe book covers that I glued onto a paper bag, which is a place to store the recipe cards. So you can put them in there. I saw someone do this once several years back, and I thought that was the greatest storage idea. So just printed these off the internet. Oh, there's me. There's a little gauze here and some little shells. So that is my version of a peach journal. Sorry if it's not to your liking. Alright, I hope you all enjoyed my share, and thanks for watching.